Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and a quick review of the MyPole MP01. This was originally an Indiegogo campaign a few months ago, and it retails for $100, and sometimes you can find one online for a little under that at around $60. It seems expensive for a traditional selfie stick, but it claims to be the first kind of intelligent auto-extending selfie stick that you can control using the keys found on the surface of the handle, and perhaps in a future generation also through a companion app. So in this regard, it's an electronic version of a selfie stick, and the concept is similar to something like a smartphone gimbal or a smartphone stabilizer. And a gimbal or stabilizer features the same thing, the ability to kind of change the tilt and the angling of your video, but of course that takes that into a selfie stick format, and of course this one doesn't have that stabilization. It's a bit more niche, of course, but at the same time could be fun for people who want to capture friends and family without having to kind of reach out with their arms, and they want more of a smooth kind of a cinematographic feel when recording video and extending outwards and capturing friends and family. It comes in two colors. There's just the blue and the pink, and you can see that some basic info located on the sides. Works with both iPhone and of course with Android, so any smartphone up to 6 inches should work on the traditional kind of phone holder. In the packaging, we have a quick kind of warranty guide about the unit. There's also additional info that seems to be documented in Chinese about how to set it up using Bluetooth version 4.2 if you want to use the wireless companion app, and it has kind of an extension range of 255 millimeters to 760 millimeters. So that's 0.8 feet when fully closed, up to 2.6 feet, which is average for a selfie stick. And it's made out of aluminum alloy, has a 72-hour long battery life, features a wireless selfie shutter key to tap to record video or to take an image, and at the same time you can set it to an auto control mode, which is going to be interesting to take a look at. It uses a traditional micro USB cable for charging, charges in under 2 hours, and this is the selfie stick itself. So from a first impressions kind of perspective, the selfie stick is actually not heavier or that much significantly bulkier than an average selfie stick that you may find on the market. That's actually quite surprising for all the additional kind of motors and electronic components embedded inside, but it actually feels quite comfortable and easy to take with you. If we have a smartphone for comparison, you can see that size-wise, it remains portable enough to tug into a backpack without any problems. The handle here is made out of the soft touch rubber material that feels pretty nicely constructed. The bottom here features the LED light and the micro USB port for charging. You can see it's not covered up, which means it's not going to be waterproof or necessarily rugged. The top here features again the selfie key to start taking an image or recording video, and of course to extend or shrink down the selfie stick. Here is the company's logo, and then if we can fold this out to have the cell phone arm, the same colored accents as the grip, which shows a good amount of attention to detail, and it's a pretty traditional kind of design which pulls out to attach a phone up to 6 inches, and then I can adjust the angling here, which has to be done manually, and then of course I can change the height using the controls on board. When it's actually turned off, you can't actually physically pull it out. It seems to be locked into place as a safety measure. So let's take a closer look at the app and performance next. So to enter pairing mode, you simply tap on the center shutter key for about 3 seconds until the light starts to flash, and you go into Bluetooth settings on your phone, tap on the MyPole, and you're ready to take images. Simply go into your default kind of camera app, and you can now tap on it to instantly snap an image. If you have auto mode on, of course, it's also going to use the flash, but you can see that it's quite responsive, and there's not really that much delay. Of course, connection range using Bluetooth is roughly 10 meters or 33 feet, but it's going to be connected to the selfie stick at all times, so of course it has pretty fast and responsive shutter speeds. Otherwise, we can also now extend the selfie stick by manually tapping up and down, which is also pretty sensitive. Now, what you'll notice is that there's definitely quite a bit of background sound from kind of the motor that is used to operate and extend the selfie stick, so it's not completely silent. That means if you're recording video, you'll definitely have some background sound unless you have good noise cancellation mics on your phone, but that's something to quickly keep in mind. But otherwise, again, it's pretty smooth as far as the action is concerned for being elongated as well as shortening the overall position of the selfie stick. Now you can actually go and maximize the selfie stick's length by double tapping on either up or down. And that will give you the kind of the auto mode. So for instance, if I double tap on up, that's going to extend by itself all the way up to give perhaps the optimal position for capturing a selfie. You can see that even with a 5-inch phone attached, it distributes the weight without any problems for the motor, so everything is still quite relatively quick, and there's no real problems, despite the fact that, again, the size of the unit is still quite small and compact. So from here, it's maybe a lot easier to take a selfie with a group of people, or of course capture a landscape shot if you want to stretch it up at a higher elevation before snapping your image. And then I can now shrink everything down by double tapping on the minus key. From here you can see that the construction quality is also quite good. It's made out of aluminum and it seems quite sturdy, and there's not really any rattling to the parts. So double tapping on the minus key there, it's going to automatically go all the way down in roughly 15 to 20 seconds. When it comes to fluidity, there might be some small kind of moments of a slight shake, maybe when it reaches the end of a particular length of the pole. So here's a video that I captured earlier, just kind of recording video as I was extending it outwards. You can hear from the audio clip here that the ambient sound really isn't that noticeable, particularly as you get further away from the bottom of the handle. And you can also see that fully elongating the pole and shrinking it down creates some pretty interesting looking videos that is, again, relatively smooth, and is another application beyond just traditional selfies, which it does, of course, a good job of. When you're in the video recording mode, you simply tap on the, again, shutter key once to begin recording, and again to stop recording. So everything works actually quite well. As far as working with an iPhone and other devices, we tried it with a slightly larger phablet with a 5.5-inch screen, and again, it worked without any problems. Even if you have the entire thing vertical like this, and I tap on the up key, it still is able to push the entire module upwards without any stress or difficulty. So the motor here is definitely powerful enough to operate at even extreme angles, for instance, if you are trying to capture something and still use the arm. So it works quite well. That is the extent of the functionality, though, at the moment. This current version doesn't have Wi-Fi. The Bluetooth itself is just for connecting, it seems like, to the settings of the phone. There isn't an additional custom app that they've designed at the moment, but perhaps that will change in time. So overall, I think that the MyPole is definitely a pretty clever and interesting idea, especially if you are someone who consistently takes images and videos using their phone. This is an interesting accessory or a gift to consider. With that being said, it's definitely niche, and if you buy it at the retail value of $100, it is a little steep for what it is, because compared to something like a smartphone gimbal or smartphone stabilizer, the utility is arguably slightly less, unless you're consistently recording video with groups of people, in which case having this ability to control kind of the arm length could be quite useful. Something else I would have liked to see would have been the addition of a tripod mount at the very bottom to attach it onto a tripod, which would have been another cool feature. But at the moment, it remains very portable, surprisingly small, and the motor is surprisingly powerful. Battery life is also quite good. So pretty good for a first attempt, especially as an Indiegogo project. You can check out more details about this in our official written review, but for now, this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. This has been the MyPole electronic intelligent self-extending selfie stick.